Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, one of the stars from Golf Channel, Tom Abbott, your MC for the evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rolex LPGA Awards. There are a few people still standing. If you don't like the people on your table, now's the chance to maybe move and snag their seat. But once again, it is a great pleasure for me to serve as MC for this very special evening. I want to begin by recognizing the relationship between Rolex and the LPGA Tour. It spans 4 decades. Both organizations share a strong bond. 2 organizations that cherish great achievements and symbolize excellence. As the 68th year of the LPGA comes to a close, just think about that, 68 years spanning generations now, we also reflect on how much Rolex has supported women's golf and this tour specifically. And one example of that is that for the 2nd year in a row, this award ceremony is being broadcast live on Facebook. So we welcome LPGA fans and followers from around the globe. You will have a chance to witness the significant moments of celebration here inside the Tiburon Ballroom at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Resort in Naples as we reflect on what has been another truly memorable LPGA Tour season. How fitting that the LPGA Tour returned to Los Angeles this year, because I'm going to coin this the year of the Hollywood scriptwriter. The stories we told this season are like something straight out of a Hollywood movie, or any movie for that reason. There's the story about Jessica Korda, who underwent life-altering surgery only to return and win in her first event back. The story of Dame Laura Davies finishing 2nd in Phoenix. She was close to winning there, and then claiming both senior majors in 2018. How about Pernilla Lindbergh, who dreamed of winning on the LPGA Tour and made that dream a reality in an epic playoff against one of the game's greatest players that stretched into Monday. We were actually in Hollywood this year, where there were tears as 2 sisters from the other side of the world embraced on the 72nd hole, both as LPGA winners. Aria would go on to produce another sensational season, which we're going to celebrate on this stage this evening. There's the story of Tadapa Sawanapura, who in 2016 broke her back hitting a 6-iron to the first hole at Kingsmill. Maybe she should have hit a hybrid, but that's a different story. 4 days later, she underwent surgery in Virginia. Her parents couldn't make it from Thailand to be there with her for that surgery, and the doctors were telling her that she may be disabled for the rest of her life. 2 years later, she is now a winner on the LPGA Tour. There's the story of an English girl, Georgia Hall, and her dad walking 72 holes together and walking straight into stardom in her home country at a major. The same pride was on display in Canada for Brooke Henderson after a very tough summer for her family. There's the story of a player who thought her chances of winning a major were all but over, and then 4 days in Evian happened. That could actually be the title of the movie, 4 Days in Evian. For Angela Stanford. We saw on the small screen, and for those lucky enough to view it in person, just what the LPGA means to fans in Korea at the UL Crown. And finally, the story as yet untold of what happens this week here at the CME Group Tour Championship. I'd like to recognize some folks here in the room and begin with the LPGA Commissioner, Mike Wan. I know, Mike, you're a little under the weather, so keep sipping the hot tea, and we will hear from you a bit later. It's great to have you here with us. I would like to extend a big thank you and to welcome the whole team at Rolex, who are here with us from both New York and Geneva. Rolex and golf certainly have enjoyed a great relationship, and this room is filled with greatness tonight. I would like to pick out one lady who's here tonight, LPGA founder Marilyn Smith. Where are you, Marilyn? Give us a wave. LPGA founder Marilyn Smith. I was going to ask you to stand, Marilyn, but I thought everybody else should stand in your honor, and then you stood up. So great to have you here tonight. I would like to ask LPGA Tour players that are in the room, members of the World Golf Hall of Fame among you, to please stand and be recognized. It's great to have so many famous faces from the LPGA Tour. Yeah, be upstanding, please. Lexi, stand up. You should stand. You can stand. You can stand. Yeah, yeah. We're not done with the standing yet, so be ready. If you're an LPGA tournament sponsor or organizer, we want to thank you for everything that you do throughout the year. Without you, there just wouldn't be an LPGA Tour. So if you're involved in the organization, the sponsorship of an LPGA tournament, please stand if you're here with us tonight. I would like to thank the volunteers who do so much work throughout the year for the LPGA Tour. Some of you in the room may volunteer during the year, but I think a lot of them are going to be watching on Facebook. So thank you all for everything that you do throughout the year if you're an LPGA Tour volunteer. So thank you. And finally, let's not forget why we are here in Naples this week. 2 big prizes will be handed out this weekend to conclude the LPGA Tour season. A check for $500,000 to the winner of the CME Group Tour Championship, and then the biggest prize in women's golf, a cool $1 million to the winner of the year-long race to the CME Globe, and we thank the CME Group for their support of this great event. As is tradition here at the Rolex Awards, the evening's program will be split into 2 parts. During the break, guests inside the ballroom will be enjoying dinner. It may not be dinner time where you are around the world watching on Facebook. You are welcome to eat wherever you are. But during that time, we'll be hearing from some of the stars of the LPGA Tour that you'll be seeing on this stage during the evening. Well, we begin tonight with the William and Mousie Powell Award, and I'd like to invite the LPGA Player President, Vicky Getz-Ackerman, to join me on the stage to help present this award and to explain the significance of this award and to introduce the winner for 2018. Here via video is LPGA Hall of Fame member and 7-time major champion, Inbee Park.
William and Mousie Powell Award is an incredible honor. The William and Mousie Powell Award is given to the LPGA member who best exemplifies the spirit, ideals, and values of the LPGA through her behaviors and deeds. What makes this award even more special is that it is voted by the players who know each other better than the others. During the tour, we learned so much from each other. She is my strongest competitor. She is the most energetic person I've ever met. Through our ups and downs, she is a person who can lean our shoulders, and she will always give you a warm hug. It is great to have someone like her, and I have enjoyed every moment with her while we have been on the tour for several years. I am honored to be able to introduce my best friend. Please join me and help us congratulate your 2018 William and Mousie Powell Award winner, So-Yeon Lee.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's a huge honor to receive that award. Especially this award is picked by all my fellow players. It's very overwhelmed. Since I started to play on the LPGA Tour, I've met lots of people. Players, caddies, LPGA staffs, sponsors, pro-am guests, and our fans and volunteers. I've learned so much from all of them. My fellow players and our caddies have taught me what real sportsmanship is. We work so hard to be the best, and we do our best to beat each other all the time and win the tournament. But we are always quick to give a thumbs up or give a high five to each other when someone is playing really well, even if we had a dreadful day on the golf course. The work of the LPGA staff and the support of the sponsors often goes unnoticed, occurring behind scenes. However, whenever I am lucky enough to spend some time with them, I am so impressed by their dedication to their work. They work so hard to give us better opportunity to show us ability to the world. To be honest, during my first few years on the tour, I thought I deserved to treat it like a coin just because I played golf well. But after several years on the tour, I have grown to recognize that without their hard work, the tour would never be where it is now, and I would have never learned from them. Lastly, I've learned about the world outside of the golf from our Pro-Am guest a lot. It's quite easy for us golfers to live in our own little bubble. However, after spending lots of time chatting with our Pro-Am guests during our rounds, I can confidently say that I have breached the bubble I used to live in, and I have learned about a lot of things about their world and my own. Moreover, I think I have developed a better sense of humor along the way. Despite being one of the veterans on the tour, I'm still learning and maturing as a person. I guess what I want to say is the LPGA has shaped much of who I am today. I hope I can be the player who represents the tour, our values and mission really well. I also want to be the person, the friend, who you can talk to about anything at any time. I'm looking forward to having many more special moments with my LPGA family, both on and off the golf course. Thank you.
Our next award is about hard work, about determination and dedication, but most importantly, it's about perseverance. This year's award winner embodies every one of these traits. To introduce this year's winner of the Heather Farr Perseverance Award, let's listen to LPGA Tour player Nelly Korda.
I'm proud to introduce my sister, Jessica Korda, as this year's Heather Farr Perseverance Award winner. For as long as I can remember, Jess has been someone I've looked up to and modeled myself after. Not only do I admire her kind and giving soul, but also her grace when it comes to adversity. I saw you go from a painfully grueling surgery that broke our entire family's heart to Thailand, where I saw you win for the first time and possibly marking the greatest comeback I've ever witnessed. Jess, I am so unbelievably proud of you. I, on behalf of our family and closest friends, thank you for always standing right next to us through the good and bad. There's truly nobody who deserves this award more than you. I love you, and by the way, do we still have this bag deal going?
To explain what on earth that means and also to be recognized for this award, please welcome to the stage the Korda sisters, Jessica and Nelly.
Okay, I need a box of tissues for that. First of all, I want to say what an amazing honor it is to receive this award. I never got a chance to meet Heather, but I know that she's touched a lot of people's lives and she's impacted everyone, and you know, she's very dearly missed. I want to thank all the players that have voted for me for this award. Because it is voted, you know, by the players, it's incredible just to feel the love from everyone in the room and everyone out on tour. This surgery's changed not only the way that I look, but obviously the way I feel, and what incredible way to kind of show my new face than winning in Thailand. It's been an amazing year, not only for myself, but also watching my little sister win out on tour. I think that definitely goes beyond words, as standing up here just with my sister. I want to thank Rolex and CME for hosting these amazing awards for us. Every year there's just such deserving winners, and I love the fact that we get to honor each other up here. I want to thank my LPGA family for always being there and believing in each and every single one of us. I truly am honored to be an LPGA Tour player. So thank you, everybody. I have to explain the bag. Every single year we have, or every single year, now that Nelly's the second year on tour, we have so now every single year, the winner of the money list has to buy the loser of the money list has to buy the winner of the money list a bag of their choice at the end of the season. So yeah, hope she's really close to me this year, so I'm a little nervous. Last year it was good.
Being the strong man that I am, I'm obviously the great guy to be on the stage with that award there. Thank you very much to the Corder sisters. Our next award salutes the over 1,700 LPGA teaching and club professionals and recognizes an individual who has made a major contribution to the teaching of golf while also showing love and dedication to students and the game itself. To present the year's Ellen Griffin Rolex Award, we have the privilege of hearing from Deb Vangelo, the National President of the LPGA Teaching and Club Professionals.
It is an honor and a pleasure to present this special award tonight to my colleague and friend, LPGA Class A member Jane Frost. Jane is an award-winning 36-year LPGA member who has held numerous roles in the golf industry, ranging from the golf operations side to her most passionate position as a student-centered teacher and coach to all ages and abilities. She is one of our most successful golf school owners and in 2014 transitioned her school into the Jane Frost Golf Performance Center, a state-of-the-art golf studio located on Cape Cod. This outstanding facility also has established a tradition of implementing charitable benefits for organizations including the Sandwich Food Pantry, the American Heart Association, the Lupus Foundation, and for breast cancer research. Needless to say, this multifaceted center is a dream come true for Jane, and the impact on golfers and in the community is noteworthy and evident. I am confident Ellen Griffin would have found a like-minded, passionate colleague in Jane Frost and would be so pleased to see her receive this award named after her. Jane is one of the very best in the golf industry and is an outstanding leader, mentor, and friend to so many in our membership. My sense is that I am the messenger of so many who are pleased to see Jane receive this recognition. Lucky me. Please join me in welcoming to the stage and congratulating the 2018 Ellen Griffin Award winner, Jane Frost.
I would also like to welcome up to the stage Munia Meshbol, the Vice President of Communications at Rolex Watch USA, who will present a Rolex timepiece to Jane. So welcome, Munia. And Jane, if you would like to say a few words.
Thank you so much. Well, move over, Fitbit. Hello, Rolex. What a fabulous night to be here with all of you, filled with celebration and gratitude, and my heart is overflowing with that gratitude. I want to congratulate all the award winners here tonight. Your hard work is certainly paying off, and I encourage you to keep striving for excellence each and every day. Thank you to all the sponsors for providing a weekly venue for these fabulous women to showcase their talents. It is truly a gift for all of us to enjoy. Thank you to Rolex for supporting the legacy of Ellen Griffin with such a special tribute. Much as you have set the bar so high in timepieces, Ellen set the bar incredibly high for us in the world of teaching. And for me to have attained this recognition is truly an honor. I would like to say to Jaeyeon So, my friend in South Korea and member LPGA Class A, Kamsa Hamida. I thank you for your nomination, and without you seeing the good in me, I would not be standing here tonight. Thank you to the committee for all of your time and effort in evaluating all of the talented nominees. We have so many talented LPGA TNCP members. I am truly honored to be your choice in 2018. Thank you to the LPGA TNCP staff, Nancy Henderson, Tammy Borden, Gwen Checo, my big three. Thank you for always being there and supporting us as teachers and to be the true professionals that we are. Without you, we couldn't do it, and with all of your support staff. To Commissioner Wan, board members, and foundation members, thank you for your vision, passion, and wisdom that keeps the LPGA moving forward. It is into the future we go, and I am a very proud member who likes to think of us in the LPGA as the leading professional golf association. On a personal note, I would like to thank Bart Brown, who was my mentor as I came into the business. He launched my career, and his family supported me as an employee of theirs for 29 years before I took off on my own. Thank you for giving me the wings to fly. And to my parents, I know you are looking down with great pride. Thank you. And as a part of this journey, there is always someone standing by your side. And my co-pilot in life, Pat Reed, has been there every step of the way. Thank you for being the wing beneath my wings. To all of my clients, thank you for inspiring me to be better each and every day. It has been a fabulous run, and I'm not done yet. I am done with the speech, however. In closing, I would like to share one of my favorite quotes from Krista McAuliffe, first teacher in space, who tragically lost her life in 1986 when the Challenger exploded. But her quote is, "I touch the future, I teach." Thank you very much.
Mooney, I'm going to ask you to stick around near the stage here, and this might take a while because we're moving to the Rolex first-time winners, and we have 10 of them. I'm not even sure we have enough room on the stage, but we'll see how this works out. It's been an amazing year for Rolex first-time winners, and it's such a thrill to meet these players and to honor their wins for the first time on the LPGA Tour. So we will begin with a player who was born in Seoul. This player became the first in 67 years to triumph in her debut tournament as an LPGA member, and only the second in the Tour's history. With a 3-stroke victory at the ISPS Handa Women's Australian Open, a closing 69 at Kooyonga Golf Club, she completed a wire-to-wire win. Please welcome Jin Young Ko. The next player became a Rolex first-time winner with a brilliant display of clutch putting at the ANA Inspiration in the California desert, edging out Imby Park after a marathon playoff that lasted 8 holes and spilled over into Monday. Please welcome to the stage Pernilla Lindberg. Six years after joining the LPGA Tour and being named Rolex Rookie of the Year, this player finally broke through into the winner's circle after making her 156th career start, a closing 68, giving her a 2-stroke victory at the Hugh Gerald JTBC LA Open. Maria Jutanagan. The 2013 NCAA individual champion, who also led the University of Southern California to the team title that year, this player became a Rolex first-time winner after a blistering final round 63 and a 1-stroke victory at the ShopRite LPGA Classic. It is Annie Park. At the age of 19, this player pocketed her first LPGA Tour win with a sizzling final round of 63 at the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship, commanding a she's got some fans here as well, 6-stroke victory, giving her the largest winning margin on tour this season. It is Nasa Hataoka. This player became the 3rd winner from Thailand on the 2018 LPGA Tour, finishing off in regulation eagle birdie to close with a 6-under 65, and then she made a birdie on the first extra hole to edge out Brittany Lincecum for the Marathon Classic presented by Owens Corning and OI. It is Tadapa Sawanapura. Our next player became a Rolex first-time winner at the age of 22, thrilling her home fans with a closing 5-under 67 at Royal Litherman St Anne's to clinch the Rico Women's British Open. Everybody better move along. The Rico Women's British Open by 2 shots after a dramatic duel in the final round with Thailand's Pornanong Patlam. Please welcome to the stage Georgia Hall. On her 124th career start, this player wrapped up a commanding 4-shot victory at the Cambia Portland Classic after beginning the week with a sizzling 62 in the opening round, and she looked cool, calm, and comfortable in the final day with a 65. It is Marina Alex. At the age of 20, this next player finally emulated her older sister Jessica by winning an LPGA Tour title, a closing 68 at the Tashi Golf and Country Club, earning her a 2-shot victory over Minjee Lee. It is Nelly Korda. Just one day after celebrating her 20th PGA Tour win, with a 1-stroke victory over Maria Jutanagan at the Blue Bay LPGA in China less than a week ago, it is Gabby Lopez. Please congratulate all of our Rolex first-time winners for 2018. I'm going to have a chat with just 2 of you, the major winners, so I need a bit of shuffling. So, Georgia, if you could just shuffle down to the end. Pernilla, you're in a pretty good spot there.
Perfect.
And I've singled you 2 out because these first wins were obviously very special, being a major championship. I'll start with you, Georgia. Just talk a little bit about that week how it went, some things that maybe we don't know from the media reports that happened there for you, and what stands out in your mind?
I'm not sure if you want to know some
Oh, we want to know, absolutely.
Well, I'm quite superstitious, so, and so is my dad. So we were on the way to the golf club on the Sunday, and I was one shot behind, and he told me that he wore the same pair of socks the whole week. Because I shot like 5 or 6 under in the first round, and he thought, oh, I'll just keep them on. And then I shot 4 under, and I can't take them off now. So, yeah, I don't know where they are now. Hopefully in the bin somewhere.
Could you smell them on the 18th hole, by the way? Is that why you were walking ahead of him?
No, he must, well, yeah, I was going to say my feet don't smell, so probably his don't. But no, it's awesome to have my family there and to play in front of a home crowd and have them all cheering my name. And it's such a cool atmosphere, and it's really like a dream come true.
You've been nominated and you've collected an award already back home in England. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's the Sunday Times, which is quite a big newspaper in England, Young Sportswoman of the Year award. So we're all all the athletes.
Yeah, I think that deserves a round of applause, yeah.
So yeah, all the athletes were there, and I could tell kind of what sport they played by the way their body was, if you know what I mean. Like there's like 6 foot, and I thought, oh, they're netball and like track runners, and I thought no one's going to know what sport I play because I have the least muscle here of anyone. It's quite funny.
But you had the most money after the win in the Rico Women's British. Well done. That's a fantastic year, and I know it's made a big impact back in England. You made a big impact in Sweden, didn't you? Because you even had Prince Daniel, not your fiancé Daniel, but the actual Prince Daniel from Sweden who contacted you. How has your life changed a little bit since that win as a major champion?
It's been a busy year. I mean, a good busy. Absolutely. It's been a dream. I guess I've just been more recognized in general. I could really tell when we were over in Asia these last few weeks. I've been a lot more recognized over there. Not sure I was that popular maybe in Korea beating in Invi Park, but no. They
took a long time to get food at restaurants and things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably that's been one of the biggest changes. But, and then, yeah, everything has just been a little bit busier, but a fun busy.
Well, you had your parents with you watching. You talked about your dad being there. Your dad was also there. Your dad, I looked at, he's been the president of his golf club for 40 years.
Correct.
Is he the only member or something?
He must be doing something right to still be in that position. So yeah, it's pretty easy to tell where I got introduced to the game of golf. And no, it's my golf club. It's the only golf course in my hometown, but we have probably 1,200 members. So he's doing a good job.
Well, give a little shout out to your hometown. Where are you?
Bollnäs in Sweden. They had their first snowfall probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. So my golf season growing up wasn't very long, that's for sure.
Well, it's going to be 77 degrees here tomorrow for everybody in Bollnäs.
And that's a cold front.
Yeah. Finally, what is next for you? What's your goal for next season now?
Obviously, I'm gonna sit down and kind of reevaluate everything. One of my big goals going into this year was to get that first win. It being a major was bigger than my goals I had set for this year. But obviously I've proven to myself and to everyone else what I'm capable of, so I'm going to just keep building from this.
Well, we wish you both the best of luck, and all of our Rolex first-time winners. We wish you the best of luck for next season and also for the rest of this week. That kind of brings us to the end of our first half of the Rolex Awards. For those of you watching on Facebook, it is dinner time here inside the ballroom. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to sample the beautiful dinner that we have on offer here, but you are going to be hearing from some of the players who are going to be gracing the stage later on and who have already graced the stage. So we're going to send it outside to Amy Rogers.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks to all of you at home for sticking around with us through this dinner hour. I'm here with the first award recipient of the night, So Yeon Yu, who won the William and Mousy Powell Award, voted on by your peers. What did it mean to you to be recognized with this award?
It's just huge, you know. Like, we have so many great players out here, and then it's so special to be selected by all the great persons. So I feel very fortunate to being one of the member of the LPGA, and just if anybody have any experience to come over to see LPGA, you can feel a lot of love, and then I think it's just means a lot to me.
Yeah, your longtime friend in B Park did the introduction. She obviously wasn't here tonight. What did it mean to you, though, to be able to hear from her a little bit?
Well, she's my best friend, and then she's one of my role model as well. That it was so special to have her as my introduction person, and just having her as inspiration all the time. Then I'm so lucky to have my role model as my best friend.
You are always so generous with your time out here, so patient and kind. Who have you looked up to over the years that maybe you've tried to emulate or be like?
I think I just really like one of the thing what LPGA asked us to do. It just acts like founders, yeah. And then today, Madeline Smith just came out to watch me, and then she followed me about the 9 holes, and then she just came up to me and said, "Soyeon, just trust your swing. Your swing looks so awesome. Just just every single thing is just it's just perfectly right. If you act like a foundress, you cannot ignore all the media opportunity. If you act like a foundress, you cannot ignore all the fans. I'm just I just love to have that code on our tour."
Yeah, that's amazing. It's so neat being able to see them out here. You don't often have an organization like that where you still have the founders out there being a part of it. Well, you have had such an incredible year, getting another win and also being a member of that victorious UL International Crown team to win at home in Korea. You have to take us through that experience. What was it like for you?
So beginning of this season, before you start the season, you always make a goal, and then one of the goal was just make a team Korea for represent the year. To play UL International Crown, and then I made it, and then right after I decided to going to play, I was like, wait a minute, how I'm going to dealing with the pressure? Because represent the country is already a huge deal, and then obviously Korea was the host country to hold the UL International Crown. I was like, wow, a lot of pressure on my shoulders. So I worried about it for a couple months. I'm just that was just really hard time, but as soon as tournament started, just a lot of spectators came out to watch us, even at the tournament, the practice round, and then I actually started to relieve because I thought it was going to be the other way, but I realized they were huge supporter. No matter what you're doing, they're just clapping for you. They're shouting your name. They're shouting your country's name, and then they're just clapping us all the time. So we just talked about it. We thought it's going to be a lot of pressure, but we have a lot of benefit to playing in Korea. And then I think that we just nailed it. I'd like to thank you to all the Korean fans here. Thank you very much for huge support. Maybe without you guys' support, we couldn't hold the crown. And then having the crown is just huge thing. And then it's gonna be a really special thing to my resume as well.
Yeah, what was it like? We see a lot of you out here together with your teammates, Sunghyun Park, In Kyung Kim, In Ji Chun, but to all get together like that and be on the same team, what was it like teaming up with them?
Well, to be honest, our 4 personality is very different. So obviously Sunghyun Park is very shy. Inji is very disappointed about everything, so I cannot really judge myself. Then IK is just, to me, she's like a Buddha, She just, she's just happy to see all the nature, and then she's okay with everything. But I think just represent the country, just make us really bonding well. We just only think about how to represent the country. We only thought about how to hold the crown. So when we just teaming up, okay, what's the best team to win this tournament? Then we started to think about the course strategy and everything. And then we thought probably we better to split up the long hitter, which was Sunghyun Park, and I was the long hitter. And then IK and Inji's obviously their short game is just incredible. So we thought it could be really great to have someone playing aggressive, and then really great to have someone scrambling all the time. Yeah.
You're the veteran, obviously, of that team, having competed in all the UL International Crowns. How did that win, though, stack up, competing there at home and obviously getting the win compared to the last two?
Well, I think for first year at 2014 UL International Crown, I didn't really know how to play foursome, how to play how to play like team events. I never really had experience, and after all that experience, I was finally realized what's the most important thing to playing well as team play, and playing in U.S. for represent a country was sort of little different feeling, because I mean we still did have a lot of Korean fans out there, but we didn't really have like this much fans out there compared to 2018 International Crown. So just playing at the home soil is just making everything very different.
Yeah, those Korean fans were like none other. You guys had a lot of fans on your side.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank
congratulations on the award tonight. I can't
Thank you very
imagine
much.
anyone more deserving of the
Thank you
award.
so much,
We
Amy.
appreciate it. And Soyeon and I had a little bit of fun earlier this season when she took my emoji challenge. Take a look and see how she did. Soyeon, are you ready for the emoji challenge?
Yes.
All right, start the clock. How did it feel to become #1 in the world?
Because I achieved my dream.
Hit major at the ANA Inspiration.
Did I really did it?
How do you feel about playoffs?
Whoa!
Stumper.
Because anyway, I guarantee finish second as well.
What was your reaction to jumping into Poppy's pond?
Because I've been dreaming about it, I've been thinking about it, but I had no idea how to jump.
I'm glad you weren't injured. You recently split with your caddy. How has it felt looking for a new one?
I had no idea what to do.
Poop emoji. Which emoji best describes how you feel hanging out with Indy?
She's unpredictable. She's always coming up with something new.
How are you feeling about your game so far in 2018?
I think it's pretty good. It's not 100% yet, but it's whoa!
Oh, we are out of time.
How many I made?
You did great. I think you got 7, so that's pretty solid.
Cool,
Keep showing.
cool.
Thanks for playing.
No, thank you.
Finally, someone used the poop emoji.
Some haven't used it?
No one's used it yet.
Really?
You're the first.
What?
It is cute.
Well, you're not using it.
I'm excited to welcome in now the sisters Jessica and Nellie Corda. Struggling a little bit with the microphone here.
It's okay.
It's a big night for you, so we'll let it go a little bit. Congratulations on the award, the Heather Farr Perseverance Award. After all you went through this last offseason, what did it mean to you to be able to get this award?
Oh, it's incredible. You know, it's voted by the players. It's just really special. You know, I didn't think that I would get that award. I personally voted for somebody else. And then when they told me that I got it, I was pretty shocked, but at the same time, you know, very appreciative.
You mentioned when you were accepting the award about how obviously it changed your appearance on the outside, but how you felt inside as well. What was that recovery like, and how are you feeling now?
Recovery, I don't like talking about it just because it was so bad, and you know, everything that I had to put my family through, it just wasn't great. But now I feel a lot better. Obviously, headaches are gone, and I'm, you know, happy being myself again.
Nellie, you got to do the introduction for your sister. What did it mean to you to know she was getting this award? I mean, you saw what she had gone through in the off season.
Yeah, I was pretty emotional this off season. I know my mom went through a lot, you know, being by her side 24/7. You know, when she kind of looks back at the photos, you know, she starts crying a bit, but you know, being able to present her with that award meant so much to me, and it meant so much that she picked me to do it too.
Well, on a happy note, that all resulted in a win, getting another win early in the season. After that, what's the season been like for you? What's the year been like?
It's been pretty good. You know, I had some really good finishes in majors, which previously I've struggled on a little bit. So, you know, putting myself up there has been really important to me, and climbing that leaderboard week in, week out, and putting myself back in that position has just been really nice. And like I said, just being kind of pain-free has been really, really refreshing.
Yeah, we haven't seen you in a couple weeks. You had actually been dealing with a wrist and arm injury. How are you doing now?
Yeah, little forearm stuff, you know, just still going through it, but it's almost season's done, and so I'm kind of ready for a break.
Well, you had some great entertainment at home recovering with your sister breaking through and getting her first win. Nellie, congratulations on that first win. What was that experience like for you?
Thank you. Yeah, it was something that I've dreamt of for pretty much my entire life. I mean, ever since I started, when Jess actually started on tour, it was something that I've wanted, and to finally break through and get that victory has meant so much to me. And then when, obviously, I had Jess on FaceTime walking off of 18 and seeing her legitimately bawling her eyes out.
It was legitimately
bawling her eyes out.
I was like hyperventilating, actually.
It made me really emotional. And, even though she wasn't there, she was there in spirit and on FaceTime.
We got to see a little bit of that drama from your Instagram story and some of the emotion. What was it like for you being a world away and watching your sister?
Oh, it's terrible. I hated it. Honestly, it was terrible. I really wanted to be there so bad, but I was very lucky that I have such great friends out on tour, and they were the first ones calling me. And, Jody Shadoff literally put the phone in her hand and was like, talk to her. They were laughing because she was putting out, and they were like, Jess, you need to stop crying. And I was like, I can't. And they're like, they can hear you. I'm like, I'm sorry. So it was really funny just kind of looking back, but I am so proud of her. Like, she's worked for this her entire life, and I always said that it was going to come when it was going to come, and she just was so calm all week, and she played such stress-free golf on Sunday, which for her is very impressive. I was, for the first time watching golf, I was not stressed out.
Did you share any words of wisdom with her to help her kind of deal with those nerves?
We've said everything that needs to be said. I think we both know what the other one kind of feels for the other and what it's like being in that situation. And I was just trying to talk to her like, oh, what are you eating for breakfast? And, just trying to keep it really light and easy.
Mm-hmm. What did she finally say to you once she got through the tears after the win? What did she say when you guys finally got to talk?
I am so proud of you. I did not cry after that. No, pretty much. I'm so proud of you, and you've worked your entire, pretty much life for this, and just continuously saying I'm so proud of you.
That's awesome. It's so great to see you two have that kind of, sisterly relationship. So what's the plan for the off season? You guys have a lot to celebrate this year. What are you guys going to do?
Sleep in. I am going to finally sleep in.
Unpack a suitcase and just not pick it up again. That sounds like a really good idea to me. Wear something other than golf clothes and sweatpants all the time, like tonight.
Yeah. Well, you guys clean up well. We appreciate you swinging by and taking the time, and congratulations again on the award. Much deserved. Much deserved. Another American who had a lot of success this year, Danielle Kang. She went kart cruising with me earlier this year. Enjoy. I was really hoping to get in like a quick 9 or 18 today. I'm so glad you were free to come along.
Well, you know what? It's been a long day, so I'm always free for this kart cruising ride. Thanks for asking me.
It's not often I get to pick up a major champ. Have you come down off of cloud 9 since that KPMG win?
I love it. I just love it. And whenever people say, Danielle, you won a major, that. So, at cloud 9, I'm just living on cloud 9. That's just my life.
So how are you feeling to start 2018?
I'm feeling really good. I actually didn't really have much of an off season.
No, what were you doing?
I was really busy. I had a lot of visitors. I was training harder than normal, so more fitness stuff, more practice, and so I'm really excited to start the season. I feel like I never stopped.
Right.
So it's just kind of like a rollover.
Yeah.
Kind of deal, so
that can be good though, because you obviously found something last season that worked.
Yeah,
keep it going.
Exactly.
Has it sunk in yet that you are a major champion and you finally got that first win on tour?
It has sunk in that I finally won.
Yeah.
Which has been, like that big monkey off my back. Mm-hmm. So that's been good. And I don't know, I'm getting like parking spots. My golf course had to give me a parking spot.
Nice.
That was fun. And yeah, it's good. Everything's all good.
What's your golf course? Where do you usually play?
I play out of TPC Summerlin out in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And I also play out of the Summit.
Mm-hmm.
They just opened up in October.
That's out by Vegas too?
Yes.
Nice.
They're both within 10 minutes from my house.
So you used to play out at Sherwood though, right?
Yes.
And that's how you met all your celebrity friends.
Well, yeah, I mean, Wayne, the Gretzkys put me under their membership, so.
Oh, nice.
I was blessed with that membership under Wayne, and I just, used to charge everything onto their account.
What did you hear from him after you won at KPMG?
What did he say? Well, before I won, he told me, Wayne said golf is a marathon, not a sprint. He always told me to be patient. And after I won, he said, just said good job. He's proud of I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And yeah.
What's that like having athletes like Wayne Gretzky or Caitlyn Jenner to like reach out to?
Cried.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did you talk to him on the phone and you heard him crying?
cried. I'm gonna tell it to everybody. Marcus Allen cried. Eric Dickerson was on the phone. We were in a conference call, and Eric Dickerson and Marcus Allen were like so excited. They're like my uncles from when I was growing up, so it was excited to see them. And you know, the fact that Marcus is like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, are you crying?
Aww.
I just feel, I just feel so loved. That's all that was. No matter who it was from, you know. There's Gabby.
We're taking a pit stop here to watch Gabby Lopez tee off with her group.
That's Gabby Lopez.
Give us the analysis. What do you think?
Ay, Perita. Muy bien. Muy bien. I just wanted to hang out with you. Mwah.
Have you gotten to know Gabby very well out here? Are you guys pretty close?
Gabby.
Yeah.
Gabby, I'm doing this cart cruising. Make a what do you call it, appearance? Yeah!
Hi, everybody. We picked up a hitchhiker.
Oh, you want
This is Gabby Lopez.
Hola. This is Gabby. Hola, man. She's Perita.
How are you feeling being out here again for 2018?
I'm so happy to be back to the LPGA next to my ugly friends.
Hey!
Tell us something about Danielle we wouldn't know. Give us the inside scoop.
No.
Sure?
No. I am an angel.
She's a really good friend.
I'm an angel.
Very nice. Oh. Don't pick her nose.
All right, adios, amigos.
Adios, bye.
Thanks, Gabby. That was our first cameo pop-in on the cart cruising. I love it.
That's Gabby Lopez. I love her. She's so spunky and so fun.
Who else are you close with out here on tour?
Really pretty close with Amy Yang, Michelle. Obviously, Michelle probably Snapchats me and saying I'm a midget all the time. So yeah, people know that. I'll never even mention her.
Are you a wine drinker?
I don't drink.
You don't drink at all?
No.
Really?
Fun
Living in
fact.
Vegas and you don't
Fun
drink
fact,
at all?
I do not drink.
Wow.
I'm this crazy sober. So I just don't feel the need.
Too much.
I just don't feel the need to drink some alcohol to relax or whatever I need to do.
Yeah. I did not know that. Well, thanks for coming along. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun catching up with you. Good luck this season.
Thank you. Am I done?
We're done.
Am I leaving?
You're leaving.
Bye.
All right, we are back here with the current world #1 player, Ariya Jutanugarn, just having an incredible 2018 season. I know you've been asked this a lot, but what has this year been like for you?
I have a great season so far. I didn't expect to be this good at all. But, because I set my goal this year, and I feel like I reached a lot of my goals this year also.
You've won 3 times this season, getting your second major at the U.S. Women's Open, and all the awards, which we'll get to that in a minute. But do you feel like there's been a highlight for you this year? Can you pick one thing that just stands out to you?
Actually, I'm going to say highlight for me this year is when I saw my sister won her first tournament in LA.
So not even something that you did.
Actually, I have, but, because, I've been waiting to see her win her first tournament for, so long, rooting for her and support her the best I can. So finally, I got to see it this year.
What was that like, being there in LA? I mean, you guys had an incredible moment there together. There were a lot of tears on that green. What was that like?
It is amazing, to saw her, reach her goal. And not only her goal, but it's, our family goal. And, she's such a player that works so hard. She never ever give up. I told her 10 times, if that happened to me, I might give up already, but I never see that from her.
How close are you two? We see you guys out here a lot
close.
together. Too close. What do you guys like to do together when you're not here on the golf course? What do you guys do away from the course?
Actually, she loves to do everything outside. She loves to go maybe play tennis. She want to go to the gym. She asked me to go with her, but I never say yes yet. So we hang out together a lot. Sometimes we watch drama together.
Well, let's get back to those awards we were talking about. You've already locked up the Rolex Sonica Major Award, the Player of the Year. You're going to top the money list and won the Leaders Top 10. Now you have a chance to sweep all the awards if you also win the Vare Trophy and the Race to the CME Globe. No pressure. No pressure. If you win those this week, how are you managing the pressure of what you could possibly achieve here this weekend?
I'm going to say I didn't have that much pressure anymore because, there's not I mean, this is not my first time to be able to win the Rolex Player of the Year. You know, it's my second time and everything. So, and also because my goal this year is not about win the tournament, it's not about win the award or like be the top money list. You know, I only want to, you know, play, like have fun, enjoy myself, and, you know, good attitude. And, you know, I think I did a pretty good job this year.
Now, if you were to win on Sunday the $1 million, what would you do with it? How would you spend it? Have you ever thought about it?
I never yet, you know, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go eat one of the best restaurants in Thailand, maybe.
That sounds like a good idea. Tell me a little bit about, we had talked about this the other day, this new foundation you're starting.
Yeah.
I know you have a charity event coming up. Talk about that a little bit.
So we're gonna have the golf charity on 3rd December, and you know we just have the foundation this year. Mainly we just want to help all the kids in Thailand, like poor kids, and we're going to build a house for them, first house, like what we want to do this year on 28th November. So we're going to do that.
That's incredible. That's awesome. We appreciate you coming by, spending this time, and congratulations on just an incredible
Thank
season.
you.
All right, guys, now we're going to go back in time a little bit to the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. We had a chance to check out a really cool event at Soldier Field.
Oh, you nailed him. That's what you're supposed to do.
Monday at Soldier Field in Chicago, 90 local junior golfers enjoyed the afternoon of a lifetime. The kids, who are members of the LPGA, USGA Girls Golf, PGA Junior League, and Girls in Golf Academy, received instruction from 7 professional athletes at 6 stations set up on Soldier Field. The LPGA's Mariah Stackhouse shared putting tips, and the PGA Tour's Phil Mickelson showed off his signature short game at the chipping station. The kids rotated between the 6 stations, which also included basketball, soccer, and football.
Kids are always fun. They have a lot of energy, and they just enjoy the opportunity of getting to play with professional athletes. So that's what's fun. They just have such energy. They love sports. It's an opportunity to, you know, influence them to maybe like yours.
I love help growing the game of golf, and this is a very important part of it because we've got some great coaches that are teaching these young kids at an early age, introducing them to the game. And more importantly, we have a lot of young junior girls that have a chance to go out to the KPMG PGA Championship and see these women, these great athletes, to have them look up to them and be able to play in the LPGA Tour gives them a great motivation to play the game.
In addition to instruction, the athletes signed KPMG Women's PGA Championship pin flags and took photos with the kids. Once the kids were done, then it was the athletes' turn to compete. Stackhouse and Mickelson made the rounds. They threw footballs, hit balls with a plastic club at the chipping station, and took a few shots on the basketball court.
But I actually had no idea there was a skills challenge, and then I was like, oh, so what are we doing? They're like, basketball and football. I'm like, great, 2 sports I don't play. All the athletes are really cool, and I think we all expected to not be that great at what we weren't doing. It was a lot of fun.
Earlier tonight, I had a chance to catch up with first-time winner and new major champion Pernilla Lindberg about not only that epic win she had at the ANA Inspiration, but also some exciting news about what she's doing this offseason. Take a look. I am here with Pernilla Lindberg. She has had an incredible year, and you look incredible. You were all dressed up at Evian earlier this year, totally different style. You must really love getting decked out for these events. You look amazing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really do. I mean, it's not very often we get out of our golf clothes or workout clothes, so it's nice to get to dress up every now and then.
What has this year been like for you? I mean, to not only get your first win, but for it to come in a major championship with your victory at the ANA Inspiration, what has this season been like for you?
It's been busy, that's for sure. It's been hectic, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's really been a dream come true. You know, it's been a good busy, that's for sure. But it's maybe taken a little toll on my game in the second part of the year. But I'm excited for a little bit of an off season, and then I'm just going to keep building on this.
What are some of the cool things that you have gotten to do, you know, now being a major champion? You said you've been so busy.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So many different opportunities have come my way, that's for sure. Going to TPC Sawgrass and get to hang out there during the Players was a really cool opportunity. That's one that comes to my mind right away. But otherwise, just get to answer a lot of these kind of questions.
Yeah, that was fun. I got to tag along with you at the Players Championship, and it was really cool seeing the guys from the PGA Tour. They knew you had been in this marathon epic playoff with Inbee Park and came up and recognized you right away. Have you been recognized? Other places have you gone out that people have noticed who you are?
Yeah, it's for sure been more than before. That's no question about it. It's incredible how many people that I guess are watching us out there. And even when we played over in Asia now during the last month or so, I really noticed a big difference over there, how recognized I was this year compared to earlier.
You mentioned the off season. What are your plans? Are you going to shut it down for a while? You have any trips planned? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I got a few little trips planned. I'm going to head home to Sweden for Christmas, but also try to enjoy as much downtime as possible in Florida. And then I actually got a little wedding to plan too.
Do you have a date? When is it?
January 31st.
Oh, it'll be here before you know it. Congratulations, and congratulations on an incredible year.
Thank you, Amy.
Well, as you've seen tonight, there are so many incredible stories out here on the LPGA Tour. And one of those stories that I'd heard so many times, especially reading it in print, was about Lizette Salas. But I'd really never seen it in video. I had a chance to fly out to California this summer and spend some time with Lizette and her family, who shared their journey of how Lizette made her way to the LPGA Tour.
Where I come from, people don't expect much of the person, especially a young Latina. There were countless times where I was told that I wasn't going to make it, or that I was going to get my hopes up, because according to them, Mexicans don't play golf. But I just have one thing to say to them: they do now.
It was the first time Lizette Salas shared her story, who she was and where she came from, and how the daughter of Mexican immigrants came to speak to her graduating class at the University of Southern California. Lizette's story was improbable, and she knew it. But while she might have been the first from the Latin community where she grew up to find success in golf, she was determined to not be the last.
You guys are my home. I didn't have a program like this when I was younger, and I wish I could have had one. You guys put a smile on my face, and I'm just so happy to be part of this group.
Less than 10 minutes from where Lizette grew up in Azusa, California, a group of junior golfers meet every Tuesday. The kids wear polos with the name of their biggest supporter on their backs. And whenever Lizette has a break from life on the LPGA Tour, she joins her father, Ramon, for their weekly sessions. Their lessons extend beyond golf, because the Salas family knows the benefit that comes from getting a little help. It's what made their American dream come true.
As many of you not know, I don't have the typical golf background where a parent is a member at a private golf club or is an active golfer. In my case, I had a parent who worked as the head mechanic at a public golf course.
My parents immigrated from Mexico, and they met in my hometown of Azusa, California. They were so limited when they were kids, and when they came over to the States, they just thought it was a great opportunity for them to grow as a couple and to really give their kids what they couldn't get.
In 1981, Lizette's father, Ramon, took a job as a mechanic at Azusa Greens Country Club, 25 miles east of Los Angeles.
At that time, I started painting that golf cart. I didn't know anything about golf.
My dad wanted us to have a good bonding experience, and he took me to his job one day at the golf course. He handed me a golf club, and I had no idea what to do with it. I think I only had 3 clubs when I first started. I had a 7-iron that was so heavy for me, and we couldn't just go and get a new one, so my dad drilled holes on the side of the head, so I was able to swing it. When you're a kid, you're kind of embarrassed, like, oh my God, my dad just drilled 3 holes in this 7-iron. That's what we had to do.
I never thought about the money. My wife said, oh, but what do you want to do? I don't know what I want to do. We need to prepare, to compete. We try to save the most we can. I believe in she can do something.
My parents didn't have enough to send me off to lessons and did favors for the head pro at the golf course in order for me to have lessons. And when things got really tough, I didn't even get to step on the golf course. I would hit wiffle balls in the backyard into the wall.
It was a nice relationship that Ramon and Lizette and I
developed. Part of that was just teaching her how to enter a tournament, where they are to go play.
To this day, I just remember all the lessons like don't crack your knuckles, don't chew gum. You know, I started playing tournaments every weekend.
A few months into teaching her, giving her some lessons, and she hits a shot, and then she kind of stands and looks at the ball. And I'm going, oh, well, life's just different. I go down and I go, oh, she's a golf pro. She had a sense of self that I think was unusual for an 11-year-old girl. And rule number one is don't ruin that.
The challenges continued off the golf course. Growing up in Azusa, a community that is nearly 60% Hispanic, golf wasn't a sport that many played, especially not females. Lizette was the first in her family to play, and naysayers doubted she would amount to anything, much less make it as a golf professional. She felt pulled between two worlds. One would see her spend the rest of her life in Azusa. The other would open doors she could only dream of.
It was hard. You know, kind of grew up with two different cultures, the Mexican tight-knit family culture and the American culture. I always grew up with like a chip on my shoulder, and I always wanted to prove people wrong. In the Latin Mexican community, you know, golf wasn't really popular. I kind of had to push myself so I can prove to other people that I could play golf and I could be really good at it.
Every Saturday for 7 years, Lizette had lessons with John. Their hard work paid off when Lizette earned a scholarship to play for USC. In 2011, Lizette became the first in her family to graduate from college.
Just like my own family, the Trojan family told me I could accomplish any of my goals. And because of this, I am now ready for the next chapter in my life, which is professional golf.
Not one step of Lizette's journey in golf was easy, and life after graduation was no different. She turned professional and joined the Symetra Tour. Without a single sponsor or professional caddy, her father carried her bag. They loaded up their red Toyota pickup truck and embarked on the adventure together.
You know, I had zero sponsors, I had to start from scratch, and Dad's idea was to let's just hop in the car and have a little adventure. I think secretly he was just trying to teach me a lesson, what it's gonna really take for me to take it to that next level. We argued, we cried, we laughed. It's just an experience that you can't describe, sharing it with your dad.
Remember when we drove from Georgia back home and you didn't speak to me for 2 days because I withdrew from a Symetra Tour event and I wanted to come home? You said okay, and then I promised you that I was gonna.
I didn't want to do that.
You didn't want to do it.
I just said
because I'm the boss. I'm just.
I'm not really, but what I can do.
Drove home 2 months to work on my game, and we went to LPGA Q school, and I promised you that I was gonna get my card, and then I did it.
In 2011, Lizette fulfilled her promise to her father. She earned her card at the LPGA qualifying tournament. The following year, she represented her country at the Solheim Cup and is now a 3-time member of Team USA.
I got that tour card and I got to represent the U.S. at the Solheim Cup, and it's just a reminder that this is what I'm meant to do.
In 2014, Lizette won for the first time on tour at the Kingsmill Championship. The success she's found in her 7 years on the LPGA Tour has made worthwhile all the sacrifices she and her family made.
Dad, this one's for you. Te quiero mucho, papi. Mom, I'll be home tomorrow so we can celebrate.
I felt like I was the only kid going to practice. Felt like I wasn't a normal kid. You know, my parents always reminded me of the bigger picture. You know, to get a higher education, to make a name for myself and my family.
I all the time believe in hard work, and that's where my wife and me try to work to give it to them the best. I never thought to be at this point. For me, it's amazing.
I'm proud of her because it's really a hard thing to do. To win golf tournaments at that level, maybe it was manifest destiny, but let's make that dream available to other kids.
20 years ago, a young Lizette Salas hit balls into a wall in her backyard. She had nowhere else to go. Now, this group of young golfers have a practice facility, and more importantly, the support they need to pursue their dreams. Lizette made it all possible by achieving what seemed impossible for a young Latina from Azusa.
I came from practically nothing to now living my dream on the LPGA Tour. I think it's just good for kids to understand that.
It doesn't matter where you come from. Dreams can come true if you work hard and have faith in yourself.
We are back here with a very familiar face to the LPGA Tour and my partner in crime on LPGA.com, Ron Syrek. Ron, thanks for dipping out of the dinner and spending a little time with me.
What an amazing evening this is every year. It's just such a fun event to be at. And you know, when you're here, it reminds you of how many great things happen during the season. You know, you sort of, and then you think, wow, that happened? Or wow, we had that many first-time winners? That's really cool.
Yeah, another story that's kind of blown us away this year has been Ariya Jutanugarn. She was out here a little bit ago reflecting on her season. I know you had a chance to talk with some members of her camp on this journey that she's been on and how she's really grown as a person and as a player. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, she's somebody who by nature is not comfortable being a superstar, not comfortable being in the spotlight. She's shy. And the first time that she got to #1 in the Rolex rankings was June of 2017. She got there, and she was not at all comfortable being in the spotlight. Right. They talked about it a lot. They rebuilt the whole process. She got back out this year when she started to win, and she got back up there. Now she likes it. They work with her on embracing the moment. You know, they ask her, what do you want out of golf? And this tells you a lot about Ariya. She says, I want to be happy. And they said, what motivates you? I want to inspire the children of Thailand. You know, when you're playing with your heart like that, that's an enduring greatness.
Yeah, those are some big words from someone so young. That's really incredible. You've been out here so many years. Have you seen anything similar to what we're seeing Ariya achieve this year? I mean, she's in a position to potentially sweep all the season-ending awards.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly got to go back minimally to like 2013 at Inby Park when she won 3 major championships to find a year that's been this dominating. And look, we've been in this period of time for about the last 5 years with so much talent, and we're waiting for who's that next transcendent star, that person who's going to raise their head above the crowd and say, this is my tour right now. And it may, and we haven't had that person since Inby. It may very well be that Ariya is going to be the person who can do that.
And Ariya wasn't the only one having some exciting victories this year. We saw a lot of players actually get victories in their home country, which, you know, you'd actually think, hey, maybe it's a little easier, but it's probably a lot more pressure actually getting that win at home. And one of those that was so exciting was Brooke Henderson. Have you seen anything like that scene on 18 of her coming up there?
No, and you're absolutely right. You think, well, having the home crowd on your side, that's going to make it easier for you, but the burden of expectation, you know, I got to do it for my home fans. And the emotion that was seen there, and again, it tells you something not just about the fans, it tells you something about the player, right. You know, and that emotional connection that she has with her country.
Yeah, So-Yeon Yu was out here a little bit earlier, and she spoke about that as well with their team getting that victory in Korea, and she talked about that as well, feeling like it was going to be so much pressure, but it ended up kind of being their secret weapon.
And there may have been nobody of I think there were six players and then Team Korea that won in their home country this year, and there probably was none of them that had as much pressure on them as Team Korea.
So we've had an incredible 2018. We're wrapping it up here with our final event of the year. What are you most looking forward to next year? What's on your radar?
Well, you know, the one thing I got to look for is Ariya and how does she build on it. And this is one of the things, and we've seen it time and time again. Part of what made Annika Sorenstam such a special person, she forgot her wins as quickly as she forgot her losses. If she won a tournament, she went out and played the next tournament as if she'd never won a tournament in her life and just went at it full bore. That's rare. That's something that's inside a person that they're not taught. And I'll be fascinated to see if Ariya builds on that. You know, I love the sister stories we had this year, the Kordas and the Jutanugarns. In the 68-year history of the LPGA, only one sister act and had them both win, the Sorenstams. And this year we had 2. That's sort of going to be a fun thing to follow up on, too.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Over the years, how have you seen the tour just kind of grow and evolve? We had some exciting changes announced for CME and this championship next year. How have you seen it evolve?
Well, in every sort of way. I mean, the first and most obvious way is it's expanded its borders literally around the globe. You know, it is truly probably the most global sporting event in all of sports right now. That's the main way. That's the main way it's grown. But I think the other thing is that you're seeing the players really getting the level of appreciation that they deserve now. All of a sudden, people are starting to realize how good the players are out here, and they are realizing that it is different out here.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to make for a really exciting 2019. Ron, we're excited to have you along for the ride, hopefully next year, sharing your perspective as always. And I think dinner's starting to wrap up inside the ballroom. We'll let you get back in there. And thanks to all of you for sticking around, and enjoy the second half of the awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stage, Tom Abbott.
Enjoyed your dinner? Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your dinner. We're going to move on with our program here in the second half. I know folks watching live on Facebook at home really enjoyed the insight and the interviews and stories that we heard there during the break. We're going to hear now from the LPGA Commissioner, Mike Wan, who will present the coveted Commissioner's Award for this year. Mike.
Well, first, I'd like to apologize to everybody watching on Facebook. Every 10 years or so, I lose my voice. Greatest day of my wife's life. Not so great for me. The Commissioner's Award was established 25 years ago. And I'm just going to read you. I brought notes so I didn't get it wrong. But it was established to honor a person or an organization that contributes uniquely to the LPGA and furthers the cause of women's golf. The winners list on this award are truly amazing. We've got winners like Rolex in the room that for 60 years have kept the LPGA at the highest level in women's golf. Smuckers, who gave the LPGA traveling daycare, which, by the way, is really going to be tested next year because I think we have 8 or 9 new kids coming on the LPGA. Golf Channel, who gives the literally 170 countries nearly 500 hours of LPGA production every year. Karsten and Louise Solheim, who gave us the Solheim Cup. And Terry Duffy, who gave us a $5 million purse and a $1.5 million check. If you didn't clap for that, your car is available at valet. Get out of here. This year's winner for the 2018 Commissioner's Award could have won this any time in the last 25 years. Because back in 1994, 2 guys got together and said, what if? What if? What if we built a women's golf event in a small mountain town in France, outside of Geneva, less than 10,000 people in the town. Most of us probably didn't know where it was or what it was. What if we challenged, and still do, every conventional wisdom as it relates to how you put on a golf tournament? What if we just pushed the standards of how much women get paid to play professional golf? What came out of that was fireworks at 10:30 p.m., gala parties. Gala parties now are standard. They weren't standard when these guys set the standard. Beer gardens, not for the fans, beer gardens for players and caddies. Please don't replicate that at your own tournament. World-class entertainment. These guys really set a standard. They started it in 1994, and in 2000 it became an official LPGA event. And again, in 2000, set a new standard for how high women's purses were in golf. And in 2013, they became major. My wife always says, sitting here today, and I wrote this down, so you'll be proud of me, it's not a relationship unless you can argue, encourage, and love all at the same time. If I had to summarize any meeting with Evian, ... right? So in 1994, 2 guys got together and said, what if? 25 years later, the LPGA in women's golf has a home we've been going to for 2.5 decades, and I'm quite certain we'll be going to decades in the future. It's, if you've never been to Evian, you don't get it, but if you've been to Evian, you've felt the magic of that mountain and what separates it from every other golf event, men's or women's, in the world. Let's take a look at the Evian Championship. I've never met two guys that have pushed me harder, challenged me more, and loved me all at the same time. And as a result, the LPGA has a whole new set of heroes. This tour for almost 7 decades have been built by a few people that saw something bigger than us. These two guys have always seen something bigger than us. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the 2018 Commissioner's Award winners, Frank Rabou and Jacques Bougère.
I don't know exactly what I'm going to say, but first of all, we are very proud because as Mike said, and Mike, if you need something, you have to drink more Evian water. You have to eat more Danone yogurt. Good for you. So it's true that 25 years ago when we started this tournament with Jacques, we were perhaps totally crazy. Don't worry, we are still crazy, because we have some other plan for the tournament. Nobody trusts us because to say to the golf world that we are going to have a golf tournament in Evian, becoming a major, everybody was looking to us as these guys are totally stupid or they know nothing. I think they were right. But we were very lucky because at this time, the European players, they are still very good. But at this time, they were very, very good also. And I would like to thank first Annika, because Annika, you and your... Because when you start a tournament in Evian, this small village, not 10,000, 5,000 people were living there, how could you imagine that players like Annika or Marie-Laure de Lorenzi or Laura Davis, or Ellen Alfredson, obviously, and I've forgotten many of them, will come in Evian to play golf. They were already stars, and we were nothing. And they did it. And that was really helpful for us to to develop the tournament. After that, I would like to thank the LPGA, the LET also, the European organization, and I'm thinking to Tai Voto, the guy who was working before you, much more better than you, Mike. And he has a vision, we have a vision, we share a vision, and at the end, we are there today. And obviously, I would like to thank Mike because, first of all, he has a beautiful wife. Thanks, Mike. And also because I think we share exactly the same vision for the golf. After that, I would like to thank all the players, all of them, because from the beginning with Jacques, you know, when you create something like this, you must have a vision, you must have a goal, something perhaps you will never achieve. But from the beginning, we said that we want to protect ladies' golf. And not only ladies' golf, ladies' sports. Perhaps that was the right vision because it seems that now ladies and men try to get the same level. And you can be confident that we will do everything to really bring the level of the tournament at the same level. I'm talking prize money. I don't know if we will succeed, but this is our new target. I will be sure that ladies will be equal to the men. The thing I would like you to understand also is the Evian tournament is just a pretext for us. We want to take care of, because with the money we have on the tournament, we take care of the kids. The golf school is totally free in Evian. We are delivering also the Junior Cup. We have this beautiful picture of Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth in Evian when they were 14 years old, eating a burger in Evian. I'm sorry, but nobody changed. We also got the Palmer Cup last year, which was really an achievement for us. And we have a lot of projects like this for kids. We have an LPGA event in Evian. We sent 12 young French players in Las Vegas to be sure they understand that they can become pro, but that they can also be part of a college or university, I don't know, you call it in the US. So that's the mission we give to the tournament. After that, looking to Arnaud and change my cap, I would like to thank all the sponsors of the tournament, because without money, you do nothing. But not only money, and what we expect from our sponsor is not only money. We need a big loudspeaker with them. We need their expertise. We need the connection they have with the world of golf. And I have to say that when we start with Rolex, that was the real good thing for us, because I'm no more speaking as a Evian Championship product manager, but I was doing something else in my life, except the tournament. I was also the chairman and CEO of a big food company. And I have to say that everything I get from Rolex as an execution, I give that to the people of Danone. Yeah, look at that, you are stupid. Look at Rolex is doing. That's a good example. Everything is perfect. And that's the reason why, Arnaud, because you are the highest, obviously Alexandra, but you are the highest level in this room of Rolex. I would like to thank you because without you and your expertise as a company, I think we will not deliver what we did. So thank you, everybody, and I'm sure Jacques wants to say something totally stupid after me.
Well, very quickly, I just want to thank you, Frank, first of all.
Mike told me we have 2 hours.
Yeah, Mike has no voice, so we can speak. So actually, no, I want to thank you for these 25 years where it was a fantastic moment, and I'm looking for the next 25 years. I just want to thank as well the team that makes the Evian Masters and the Evian Championship happen, because And I'm thinking of Steve and his team, and I think they deserve a big round of applause as well. Because as always, you cannot do anything without the people around you and the staff. And I want also to salute the help we had for those 25 years with the media and the press. And I can see, for instance, Ron Sirac here, who's been a faithful helper in what we've achieved. Thank you. And obviously the players, and I want to thank as well Ellen Alfredson, who has been also a part of the board of the LPGA, helping us reaching this fantastic goal. So thank you again. It's a very emotional moment for us. You cannot believe. Had we thought 25 years ago that we would be here, we would have laughed. And we're going to be laughing a lot in the next 25 years. So thank you again.
Our next award is named after a player who won twice in Evian, 2 out of 72. So the course obviously didn't quite suit her eye. Maybe she needs to go and play the new look golf course in Evian. I'm talking about Annika Sorenstam, and we move now, of course, to the Rolex Annika Major Award, which is in its 5th year, believe it or not. Time flies, doesn't it? The award has already been presented. It was presented at the conclusion of the 5th and final major of the year, the Evian Championship. So to introduce the winner from 2018, I would like to welcome to the stage one of the most recognizable names in the world of golf. She is a 10-time major champion, Annika Sorenstam. And please also give a warm welcome to the deserving winner of the 2018 Rolex Annika Major Award, Erja Jutanagan. I'm going to let the two of you talk, I think. That would be fitting. So I'm going to hand you that, and that's yours.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I mean, what can I say? What an amazing season. Erin's fantastic. Winning a total of 3 tournaments, including your 2nd career major victory. Returning to the top of Rolex ranking, winning the Rolex Annika Major Award for the first time. How does it feel?
Feel great, so excited right now.
It's been a tough year. It's been 5 different major winners. And as you can see, all the little diamonds up here, the rubies. And it's going to sit nice in your home, right? It's fantastic. I'm so proud of you. You've done fantastic.
Give Erja Jutanagan a big hand. Okay. We might hear from you a little bit later, I think. I've got a feeling. So you can take a seat now. We'll put the trophy back. Give that to Annika, because it belongs to her. Oh, they're going to take it down there. They'll take it down there. We'll pull it out next year, don't worry. Annika, stick around. We've got more awards to talk about. Okay. You know, we're in the state of Florida. And it's quite fitting because the Bear Trophy is not decided yet. But thankfully, we don't have to count any votes for the Bear Trophy. It's all about skill. Oh, there's a few groans. Sorry if you're listening on Facebook back home. But it's all about skill. It's all about talent. You had a lot of that. You won the Bear Trophy, what, 6 times?
Yes.
In 2002, you did something that nobody else has done. You broke the barrier of 69 on tour for a single season, averaging less than 69. Lexi came pretty close, 69.114, I believe, last year, but you didn't quite beat the barrier. Talk about the Bear Trophy as we move to that award and what it means as a kind of barometer of greatness to the players on the tour.
Well, most of you might know that I've always enjoyed keeping tracks, doing statistics. Numbers has always been my thing. So when I joined the tour, I always looked at the Vare Trophy because that really is counting every single shot, every single round. And it's not easy courses, tough courses, just every single round. So I always felt like that award was very special just because I keep track of my stats. I've keeping track since 1987. My scoring average at that time was 77. So it got a little better throughout the years, but to look at the previous winners of the Vare Trophy and just, you know, the love for numbers, I always thought that that would be an award that I really would love to win. So certainly very proud of that.
Do you still have all the notes of all your stats?
I do, but I don't keep track of my scores anymore. I kind of stopped after that.
You just keep track of all the money you raise for charity, which is more important to you now, I know. So let's take a look at the players who are in the running for the Vare Trophy. And we're going to put the scoring averages up on the screen so you can see. 3 players still in the running mathematically. Minjee Lee, Jin Young Ko, and Ariya Jutanugarn. And just to break down the numbers a little bit, starting with Minjee Lee. She had 4 rounds of 64 this year, 2 rounds of 65, which is pretty good, isn't it? Jin Young Ko started the year with a round of 65. Her first round of the season was 65. She's had a couple of rounds of 64 in there. And Ariya Jutanugarn, who looks pretty good to win the race here, to win the race to the Vare Trophy, had 4 tournaments in 2018 where she shot all rounds in the 60s. I mean, just doing that once in your career is pretty tough for a lot of players.
Yeah, that will do it.
Just shooting one round in the 60s, I'd love to do that. But 4 rounds...
It's 18 holes.
18, yeah, well, I can do it by about 15, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Tough crowd, Annika, tough crowd. 62 was Ariya's low round of the year. So give a big round of applause for those 3 players and the way that they have played this year. I mean, that's pretty incredible. We're going to have you stick around because we're going to move to another award which, surprise, surprise, you actually won. Yeah, I think you won them all many times, but this one you can only win once. Yes, the Louise Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year. What year did you win it, remember?
In the 90s.
Come on, you must remember. 94, 24 years ago. It's named after Louise. Well, it is 24 years ago. It's named after Louise Suggs, a founder of the LPGA Tour. Just talk a little bit about the connection here between the founders of the LPGA sort of taking the past and bringing it into today and what that means to the players with the honor of this award.
Oh, it's very, very special. I think when, I mean, I can just say when, as a young girl, you know, you dream of playing a sport that you love, and then when you finally kind of make it to the tour, I mean, the competition is so tough, and you look at all the names on the awards and you go, wow, maybe I can dream that big one day. And when it does happen, I mean, it's really fantastic and a dream come true. But it's nice how the LPGA keeping the ties with the founders and continue that legacy and the tradition. So, yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's 24 years ago. It's a long time, but I actually like to say it doesn't feel that long ago. It's the memory is very fresh. The Rolex is still working very nicely. So, no, it's a great honor, and I would say that when I was able to, you know, do it, I think that just kind of justified the decision of being a professional, and that you made the right decision. It gave me a lot of confidence. It gave me, you know, just knowing that I was in the right place and keep working from there. But I think it also made me want to work harder because it was so special, and you want to continue and prove to yourself that it wasn't, you know, a one-time deal, that maybe there can be some more success in the future.
This year's winner of the Louise Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year award won it 3 weeks before the final event of the year. That gives you an idea of how well she played in 2018. So let's look back at the season of Jin Young Ko.
Very impressive young player, Jin Young Ko.
And now the world is getting to see what a solid, steady, talented force she is. This tour, but she is not new to playing well on the weekend.
Oh dear, watch out.
Oh, Ali, how impressed are you by Jin Young Ko? How many words do we have in the dictionary, Kate? Oh, It's a terrific shot.
Jin Young-ko does find a birdie to stretch her lead out to 4. She's out by 5. Exclamation point, bold and underlined. A simply spectacular front-running victory. Vein of form to start her LPGA career.
All over it.
Wow. Jin Young-ko, nicely done.
Please welcome to the stage the 2018 Louise Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year, Jin Young-ko. Munir Meshbal from Rolex is going to award you a Rolex watch as well, which is over here. So we'll get a few photos if you'd like to come over.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So you win your first tournament on the LPGA when you're a non-member in 2017 at the KEB Hana Bank Open. And then you turn LPGA member, your first LPGA start, and you win the Women's Australian Open. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So how does that victory, what does it mean to you? How special was it for you to do that? And of course, how special is it to win this award?
I am sincerely honored and happy to receive this award on a very special night, especially from you, Annika. I would say not only it is a great honor, but also it is a great testament that my dreams have come true. Being a Rookie of the Year on the LPGA Tour has been a dream for me since I became a professional golfer. And I'm sure this special achievement would be a great momentum for me to be a decent player on the LPGA Tour.
Well, we all know that golf is...
Thank you.
We all know that golf is individual sport, but a lot of times there is like a support team, a group of people that, you know, is there for you. Is there anybody in particular that's been your biggest supporter?
There have been so many people that have helped me to get to where I am today. First of all, I want to thank God for helping me make my dreams come true and be a happy golfer. I would also like to thank LPGA for all the support and my fellow rookies as well as all the other players on the LPGA Tour. This award means so much more to me because of the opportunity to play with such wonderful competitors. I also feel very fortunate to work with such great sponsors like Haidt Gillo, LPGA Golfer, Nikon, Samdasu, Bridgestone Golf, Nike Golf, BMW, Nefs, and Titleist. Thank you. Thank you. Can I keep going? And I also want to say thank you to my caddies, Dean Herden and Jeffrey Brighton, for all your support on the course. And my agency, Galaxy SM, which has been like a family to me throughout my professional career. And finally, I also like to thank my family, my parents, for raising me to be a very hardworking and happy person. 사랑해, 엄마, 아빠. And to my manager, Sue, over there. Okay. And to my special friend who, and lastly, to my grandfather, who is in heaven looking down on me now. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Give a big round of applause to Jin Young Ko and also to Annika Sorensen for being here tonight. We move now to the final award of the evening, and one that may be the most prestigious of them all, the Rolex Player of the Year Award. I would like to welcome back to the stage the LPGA Commissioner, Mike Wan.
My voice feels so good, I decided to do it again. You know how you know you've been commissioner too long? When Jin Young Ko comes up here and you think, those are nice shoes. That is something I would not have said 12 years ago. But those were good shoes. I love you, Jin Young. That was awesome. I can't even imagine giving a speech in another language. I'm working on English, and you've already nailed it. 2018 Rolex Player of the Year. You know, for most people in the room, it's not a surprise who's going to win this, but it kind of was for me. This is a year in which we've had 25 different winners. This is a year we had 5 majors who won 5 different players from 5 different countries. It's a grueling schedule, and if you don't believe me, you can check my Delta miles. But we fly all over the world. We had a really great connection from Hainan Island, China, to Naples this week, so that's an easy connection. And in a year like that, where our depth has never been deeper, I'm not sure I've ever seen that many Rolex first-time winners on the stage in one year. And I'm sorry, Rolex, sell your stock. But in a year like that, in a year with that kind of depth, with that kind of schedule, greatness rose. In a year like that, with that kind of schedule, dominance appeared. In a year like that, Aria arrived. In a year like that, she did these things, which I had to write down. Leader in official money, leader in CME race points, leader currently in the Vare Trophy, leader in birdies. Already picked up a quick 100 grand with the most top 10 finishes on the LPGA. I'd just like to tee it up 27 times and have 16 top 10s. I'd like to have 1 top 10, but 16 and 27 is pretty solid. Already locked up the Annika Major Award, already locked up the Leaders Award, and 3 weeks ago, locked up the Player of the Year Award. But if you don't know Aria, and maybe some of you don't, I'm just gonna tell you the best thing about her is this week, she sits in a press conference. I think it was Tuesday, maybe it was Monday, I don't remember. I'm sitting in the back, and one of the questions from the press was, with a year like this, with all the awards and all the wins, what was the best day in 2018? And she started crying, so I'm thinking, here comes the US Open, right? I mean, come on. And she said it was when my sister won in California. Yeah. I'm 53 years old, so I'm kind of like the father on tour, but I got to tell you, as a father, that's a daughter you want to have. Let's take a look back on an incredible 2018 season with an incredible athlete.
We're going extra holes at the Kingsmill Championship. She wins for the second time in the last 3 years. Her first victory of the season, the 8th of her young and brilliant career.
She's just playing on another level right now. Aria made it look easy, and she looks unbeatable to me.
The three of us thought this was Aria Jutanugarn's championship. She had it by the throat and let it go, and now she's going to have to win in a playoff if she's going to take home the trophy. Oh, so good. What a shot. Aria Jutanugarn lost the lead, made a bogey at 18 in regulation, but with this, has won the U.S. Women's Open Championship.
That's brilliant. Get in. It's in. What an eagle from Aria Jutanugarn. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Back to world number 1 for Aria Jutanugarn. A brilliant up and down at 18 for a one-shot victory.
For those of you in the audience, I don't know what commissioner was standing up here the first time they handed Annika a Rolex Player of the Year award, but it probably just seemed like a really good year from a girl from Sweden who was really had a great season. Nobody knew then that we were about to witness greatness. I'm not sure what happens with the rest of Aria's career, but I'm not going to be that clueless. I'm smart enough to know that I'm witnessing something pretty special. In a year that's that deep with that many winners, we saw greatness this year. I don't know where greatness goes, but I hope for the rest of her life she remembers being the 2018 Rolex Player of the Year, Aria Jutanugarn.
Well done. What a year. What a year it's been for you. Mike talked a lot about your achievements in 2018, and there are a lot of achievements for you. What's the one that's most special for you this year?
I'm gonna say, of course, US Open, because I have 7-shot lead and I have only 9 holes to play, and I end up with go to win to playoff. And after first hole of playoff, he would make birdie. So that's the first time in my life I give up for 10 seconds. I'm like, oh, maybe she's gonna win this one. But before I hit my first shot on second hole in the playoff, I just told myself this is the last time I can be proud of myself. So I should do something to make myself proud. And I did. So I commit with every shot, and I really enjoyed my last 3 holes in the playoff. So that moment, I'm very proud of myself.
You won the Rolex Player of the Year 2 years ago. How have you changed as a player since that great season?
I think I growing up a lot because, like, you know, when last year I became the world #1, I can't play golf at all. I feel a lot of pressure. You know, I missed like 5 cuts in a row, and I feel like life is so tough for me. But after that, I realized that, you know what, I'm just gonna go out and have fun and, you know, play under my expectation. And I think I learned a lot from last 2 years, so I feel good about that.
You have a lot of people in your life that help your golf, and also behind the scenes, I'm sure, have been very supportive of you. Who would you like to thank this evening from your team and your family?
I always felt like I have the best team ever. You know, I have my family here, Mo and my mom, to like support me in like every step of my life. I have P and Lin, my coach. I mean, they help me with like everything. Like my caddy Les and my coach like Garrett Radfordski, Chris Mason. Thank you for believing in me and never give up on me. It means so much to me, and thanks all the fans in Thailand and everywhere to support me and give love to me. Thank you so much.
I've got a selfish question. How far? You don't use the driver very often, do you?
No, not really.
How far? What's the longest you've ever driven the ball with a driver? Do you know?
Driver?
Yeah.
If it's not hit the tree first, I can hit pretty far. Maybe like 300.
Oh, come
like
on. You can hit your 3-wood 300 yards. The driver's got to go a long way. It goes a long way, doesn't it? We have on Golf Channel a thing called the long drive. Oh, okay. I really want you to come and see if you can beat the other players on that.
But question, do I have to hit straight?
No, it's really wide.
Oh,
it's really wide. It's really wide. We've got one more piece of official duty to do, because you've got a great collection of Rolexes, but you get another one for this. So I'd like to invite Vice President of Rolex Watch USA, Munia Meshwal, to the stage, and she is going to present you with a new timepiece.
Thank you.
Please give Eri Jutanagan a big hand for an amazing season. You can stay. It's not quite over yet. You've got a chance to win $1 million, well, 1.5 million actually, because you think of the first prize here and the check for the race to the CME Globe. So you've got a lot of work still to do over the next 3 days. We are really looking forward to this unfolding, and we're looking forward to watching how it all comes about on the golf course here at Tiburon. I would like to thank everyone who has been involved tonight. It's been a wonderful night. It always is, isn't it, here in Naples. Remember that you can watch coverage of the CME Group Tour Championship on Golf Channel at 4:30 tomorrow. For our viewers in the UK, you can watch it live on Sky Sports at 6 p.m. local time. And also, for our viewers around the world on Facebook, please check your local listings for the coverage times this week of the LPGA Tour. Many thanks for being with us. Eri Jutanagan has had a great season. There's still more golf to come over the next 3 days. So good night from here in Naples at the LPGA Rolex Awards. Thank you.